Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a concept that sounds pretty straightforward on the surface: forgiveness accomplished.
Right. But the sources we're looking at suggest it's much more than just, a pardon.
Exactly. It's presented as this huge cosmic event, layers of meaning stretching from one specific historical moment right out to, well, the fabric of existence and even the future of free will. So our mission today is to really unpack what it means for forgiveness to be accomplished, not just offered, and crucially, how that impacts everything: your freedom, creation's destiny. Let's dig in.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with a really dramatic scene. Matthew's account, chapter 27. Jesus' final cry, his spirit departing, and then immediately the temple veil tears, top to bottom.
The huge, thick curtain separating the Holy of Holies.
Right. And then an earthquake, rocks splitting. What's the deeper insight here, beyond just the physical drama?
Well, the sources really emphasize the immediacy of it. That tearing veil, it's shown as the end of separation, instantly. And Hebrews chapter 6, 9, 10 particularly dives into this. It explains Jesus as this eternal high priest in the order of Melchizedek.
Which is significant, that different priestly order.
Very.
Yeah.
It signifies a whole new eternal kind of covenant. He enters the true heavenly sanctuary just once.
Not like the yearly rituals.
Exactly. Not with animal blood, but his own blood. And this single act, it's presented as dealing with sin decisively. It opened up, as Hebrews puts it, a new and living way straight into God's presence for everyone.
Wow. So not just a personal pardon, but like a cosmic rerouting of access.
Precisely. The barrier is gone.
Okay, so a total game changer for access to the divine. But these sources push it further, linking this to true freedom and this idea of the last Adam. What's that about? How does it connect for you, the listener?
Yeah, that's a critical connection. John's Gospel, chapter 8, says those who sin are slaves to sin, right? But the Son sets you free, truly free. But here's the twist in our sources. God gave free will, but it's described as, well, an uncompleted free will, one that, in its current state, inevitably stumbles into sin.
Uncompleted free will.
Okay, it's a challenging idea. The cross, then, is presented as the means God uses to complete free will. Not taking away choice, but transforming our nature, dealing with that inclination towards sin, aligning our desires with God's purpose, and even overcoming death itself.
So it's a fundamental fix, not just a patch.
Exactly. Think about the first Adam. His disobedience cursed the land, brought fleshly desires. But the last Adam, Jesus, acts as what the sources call a kinsman redeemer.
Like in the Old Testament, buying back family land or relatives.
Precisely that concept, paying the ultimate price through his suffering to reclaim the lost body rights, humanity's original state and authority, and the land rights, dominion over creation. It's about restoring the original mandate.
Okay, that is mind-bending. So forgiveness accomplished is way beyond wiping a slate clean. It's cosmic restoration, finishing free will, reclaiming everything. How does this keep unfolding?
Well, connecting those threads, the sources explain that the last Adam, breaking the seven, seals those symbolic end times events, leads ultimately to the first resurrection.
Right.
And this event is described as the ultimate proof. It validates God's commands, removes all doubt about his nature, his love, his justice, and finally eradicates sin and suffering from everything.
The complete overhaul.
The completion of creation, really.
Yeah.
Transforming the body of death into a spiritual body.
Right.
Ending the curse on the land. But here's what's remarkable for us now.
Yeah.
While that huge restoration unfolds across time, the sources insist you could experience its power now. Through the Holy Spirit, we can start overcoming those fleshly desires, living out God's commands genuinely, even to the heart.
So living in that accomplished forgiveness already.
Embodying its power. It's both this grand future blueprint and a present personal reality you can step into.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you listening? Think about how this single act forgiveness accomplished wasn't just, a pardon slip. Our sources paint it as this incredible divine strategy, designed to fundamentally change free will itself, restore all creation, and empower you to live differently right now and forever.
It's a blueprint for a renewed reality.
Yeah, one that's still unfolding. And it invites you right into the middle of it. Something to really consider.